Welcome back. We are in the kitchen with some fun food you can prepare for any virtual gatherings and virtual guests you might be having.
That's right, and here to help us out with a healthy treat, we've got Brooke Rush. We actually have two different dishes that we're doing today.
Yeah, guys, so I've made a couple yummy appetizers that look really fancy that, again, you can use for a virtual party, or if you're doing a small intimate gathering with those family members that you live with, you can do it there too, and not have to worry about overloading the calories like we often do for our pregame meal, right?
You got us all squared away so that we're leading into some healthy holiday season recipes. Break us down. Which one do you want to start with first?
We are going to start with our dill Havarti grape skewers.
Ooh,
so you'll notice in front of you, you've got these little sword-looking things. Don't poke each other over there with them.
We will try not to.
These recipes are really easy because they're just kind of assembly. So I've got my dill Havarti cheese here. I've got grapes and I've got pancetta.
Okay.
I'm going to have you start by grabbing the pancetta because that's going to be kind of what we use to make it look pretty and decorative like a ribbon.
Now tell me, what is pancetta?
So it's just a processed meat. So we don't use a lot of it because we don't want to use processed meat a lot. So what I did is I got it extra thinly sliced and I actually then cut it in half so it's not as thick.
Okay.
And so we're going to put that on our skewer first.
Okay.
Then we're going to add grapes. That's going to be the bulk of this skewer mixture here. And we're going to put that grape on. And then we're going to add our dill Havarti cheese. Now Havarti is very buttery and creamy, and that dill adds a really nice flavor that's bold, but also kind of subtle. So,
Gotcha.
Right, once you've got your grape and cheese on there, we're going to put the pancetta on, pierce that again. So again, we're making it look like a ribbon.
We're going to pierce it.
There you go.
Pierce it again, slide it down, and then we can do a grape again. You've got different colored grapes. This is where I like to just say, eat the rainbow, choose your favorite colors. I mean, when we use our dark purple grapes, those have good source of anthocyanins in them, which is an antioxidant.
Okay.
The other great thing about this is lots of times when people make charcuterie boards, you see a lot of meats, cheeses, and crackers.
Yeah.
And this recipe we're doing is over half fruit. So that way we're not having to worry about getting all of those extra calories because we're stuffing a lot of fruit on there. All right, and I end it with a third grape and wrap, and then our ribbons are done.
Third grape.
Great. Look at that. I was saying in the break, they look so bougie. You know my favorite thing is a bougie dish over here.
You want to make it extra bougie? I did give you some actually fresh dill. You can kind of stuff in there next to the cheeses to add a little sprig of cuteness. I just stuff it next to the cheeses there, Shelby.
Oh, in between. You were looking at me struggling.
There.
I know. I found a way to make it difficult. There we go.
Cheese servings are about 6 to 7 cubes that are the size of a dice. So you can have about 2 to 3 of these depending on how many cheese cubes you put on your skewers. Right? Then we've got our creamy, we've got our salty, and we've got our sweet all paired together for our first one.
Fantastic. Looking beautiful. Matt says it tastes great too. What else we got over here?
All right, next we're making our goat cheese and pear crisps.
Okay.
And so what I did is I took some honey, walnut, and cranberry bread and just toasted it in the oven. I got this from our Hy-Vee bakery. And I cut them into little mini slices here.
Okay.
And I'm going to take some goat cheese. Now, goat cheese is only about 50 calories per 2 tablespoons. So it actually goes a long way because we can spread it pretty thin on here. And then again, we're not having to worry about doing way too many calories for those hors d'oeuvres.
Now, I've actually never had goat cheese. How is the taste compared to other cheese spreads?
So it's not as bold as other cheese spreads. So that's why I like to pair it with things like fruit and things like honey. So that way the creaminess and the kind of subtlety go together. And you'll notice when you bite into this cranberry bread as well, it has a sweetness too. So this is a very fruity appetizer that we're able to enjoy.
Okay.
Right, then we're just going to add, I chose pear slices this morning. You can also do plum slices, would be really yummy.
Okay.
But I just put a couple of those nice and thinly sliced on here. And then I end by topping it with a little bit of honey. And I just put a light drizzle, not a lot, because again, honey is a sugar.
Okay.
And so we don't want to overdo it. We just put a nice little drizzle of honey on top of there.
Let's drizzle it up.
And again, these recipes can be great. You'll notice in front of you both, I did make a pretty, what I like to call a charcuterie board, which normally just have meats, cheeses, and crackers, and maybe like some olives or nuts and seeds, things that are always very high calorie. Whereas here we're doing some more focused on the fruits and those lower calorie cheeses and focusing on serving sizes. You can also add like a yummy, healthy dip. So in front of you there, I did make a dip that's made from Greek yogurt and just a powdered ranch packet.
Okay.
And that way, when you're putting vegetables onto your pretty charcuterie board, you're going to be what I call volumizing your plate, so you can eat more for less calories when you're alternating. All right, we're going to have a skewer, now we're going to have some veggies and dip.
We love that. Get us fuller, faster, but then also having the health benefits. Brooke, thank you so, so much. Of course, if you're looking for this recipe, we've got it over on our website, ciproud.com. Still a